Welcome to Dandelion season at Hill Top Cottage. In this chapter, we are gathering dandelions together to make dandelion tea and dandelion body oil. The dandelions are sprouting out in the yard, so I am picking them because I'm going to be using them for some very special homemade dandelion dandelion teas, dandelion salves. I'm going to try making a balm this year, and I'm letting them dry out in the sun, and then I'll bring them inside to make sure there's no bugs. So many more dandelions popped up in the night. Look at them all. I'm picking a few more to make some goodies, including, I picked mostly the heads. You could also get the leaves for greens. They make great salad greens, and you could also use them on other things, dry them. But I like to use the heads for my different tinctures. I also I'm going to try making a balm this year. They're great for like lip balms. They help with sore muscles, and of course I'm checking to make sure I'm not uprooting any bugs. But I just pluck the heads, and I use these for tea and other amazing goodies and recipes that I'll be sharing. Did you know that dandelions have so many health benefits? You could eat the leaves or the heads of the flower too, and they help with kidney function, digestion. They help with pain and pain management in your joints and muscles and aches. Dandelions also improve kidney function and detoxify the body. It's starting to look super cozy in here. Just can't wait for the curtains, and this room will be almost complete. I'm on my lunch break, and the Dutch Epicure Shoppe just relocated to a new spot in town, so I'm going to check it out because it looks super cute, and they have the best pretzels and candies from Europe. I love it. Let's see what they have today. So I'm back. The owner was there. Her shop's so cute. She has these, right now they didn't have a lot. I'm sure in the morning they are full with all their bakery stuff, but they had the lemon poppy seed cake, so I brought one of those home. And they had the Herman, the German candies. These are my favorite. My favorite ones are the hot wine, and they're shaped like hearts, and they just taste really good. It's like a red wine, sweet candy. And I picked the blackberry ones too, and they're so good. And the owner was there. She's really nice, and she told me I have perfect teeth. She's so sweet. But yeah, I felt that I had a hard time understanding her accent, her Dutch accent, but she's absolutely lovely. And yeah, no, this is one of my favorite new shops. I can't believe it took me so long to come in. I discovered it gosh, I think in January, February, it was next door to the Patty's Pantry, Patty's Pantry for the breakfast diner. And that's where they were located, and now they're just one building over. But I discovered them when my cousin brought me. We went out for breakfast, and she's like, you have to stop in the Dutch Epicure Center because they have amazing pretzels. So I didn't grab a pretzel today. I grabbed the lemon loaf because that's my favorite. But ever since discovering them, I knew, and they were moving to the new location, so I was just waiting for them to open, and I'll be back. The next morning, we got up early for an adventure to meet some friends at the Meriden Daffodil Festival. This spring has been extra hot, then cold, then hot again, and so the flowers are really struggling. They were beautiful earlier in the season, they popped, but they came and went much earlier than usual. I do love the New England tradition of small town parades. They're super sweet and people get so excited, and all the local community members are in them. I thought I'd share it with you because it's super cute. Little Miss Daffodil, I didn't know there was such a thing. Adorable. Apparently, there are Connecticut Ghostbusters. Who knew? I have a bunch of wildflower seeds. I figured I would add more to that little strip that Matthew made, and then the rest I'll put into the big meadow in the yard. So normally to plant wildflower seeds, you want to do it in April, early May is okay. And you want to till the ground first and get the grass removed. Can't do that with the meadow, and so I was researching how to plant wildflower seeds in a meadow, and they said the best way is just kind of putting the seeds into the ground, stamping them in. So I'm gonna go through the field as well, but for now I figured I would start with a little strip, and I just really want to fill it with flowers. I feel like the wildflower seed mix we got before just had a bunch of filler in it that wasn't seeds. So this is just pure seeds. Honestly, they look like, I'm surprised, they all look like little worms. They're all like circle shaped and little swirls, most of them. And I'm gonna plant these all around. It is a crazy beautiful day, but it's gonna rain the rest of the week, so this is my only day where I could plant some of these seeds. This works and that I'm not wasting all these seeds. I'm gonna start making my way across the field, just using the shovel to kind of put it close to the dirt and pack them in with my foot a little bit. And it'll take about 40 to 50 days for a lot of these to bloom, so I guess we'll find out then. Break is about over. I did a bunch at random, and then I went around and did the edge near our walkway, and then I think I'll just go row by row, but I have to go to a program for work, and then when I come back this evening I'll try to finish these up, but right before I go I'm going to water that one row I did so that the seeds can settle. It's a little after 7 p.m. I just got home from work, so I'm gonna finish planting these wildflower seeds because it's gonna rain next week, or tomorrow I mean. So I better get going. It's a bigger field than I thought. I did manage to distribute all the seeds throughout the entire field, row by row, so hopefully there will be flowers all throughout. I just finished planting all the seeds. I went and evenly put little holes all throughout the entire field and put little seeds in them, so hopefully they'll really catch. I have this one bag of old seeds, wildflower seeds from like the other year that might be expired, so I think I'm just going to sprinkle them in. If some of them catch, some of them catch. I'm not sure if any of these are actually going to take off. I've never planted wildflower seeds before, and I know you're really supposed to till the ground. But I'm doing the best I can with what I have. And I'm going to go sprinkle these in. I'm being very bear aware and conscious right now. After my run-in with the bear the other day, but I decided just to put some of the seedlings, little wildflower seeds, over that overlook area. As I said, I don't know if that old pack of seeds will really take. I don't know if any of the seeds I flung will take, but hopefully some of the ones I planted definitely will. It was about, I think we spent about $35 on wildflower seeds, but I think if I just do a little bit more each year, maybe I'll get something. This batch of dandelions is all dried and ready to put in a jar for tea. Meanwhile, this jar of oil with the dandelions has been sitting for weeks in a dark cupboard, and it's ready. Organic jojoba oil is perfect to infuse with dandelions because it's an anti-inflammatory and it works beautifully with the dandelions for soothing sore muscles and aches and reducing inflammation. I have also been saving all these empties from my main medicinals, Allergena, and my beauty serums, just so I could use it for this project. Rubber stamps are so much fun. I've been collecting them since I was a small child. I bought these beautiful dandelion and daffodil stamps a few years back, and I'm excited to use them today to make the labels for the dandelion oil. I bought these recycled craft paper labels so I could use it for these bottles and for any other project that might come up. A funnel would come in handy for this part of the project, but I use this little teapot because it has a little strainer inside the spout and it's small enough to pour the oil into the little jars. This part is completely optional, but I like to add a little bit of lavender oil to make the body oil smell really good. It's important to do a test on your skin to make sure there's no irritation. If you have an allergy to jojoba oil, there are many other body oils that you could use instead. I just always go for an organic option. There are so many things you can make with dandelions. You could also use the dandelion oil to make balms and lip balms too. I am making dandelion tea. I have some dandelion heads in this little tea strainer here mixed with my green tea, so it'll be a dandelion green tea. You could eat dandelions, of course. A lot of people put the green leaves in their salads. I like to take the heads and dry them out like this. And I could use them in teas, oils. It's really good to detoxify. So the benefits of dandelion is that it helps detoxify your system. It helps give you some energy. Of course, there's some, I think, vitamin A in them as well. I might have to relook into that one. It's been a little while since I've read up on dandelions, but I know that they are super healthy for you. They help you detoxify, and when you put them on your skin, like in an oil, this is some dandelion oil I made with argan oil and a little bit of lavender oil in here as well. It actually helps with the muscle pain and aches. So if you have sore muscles or joints, dandelion oil does help with pain. So that's just a really amazing fact about dandelions. And I can't believe it already, but dandelion season is almost over. Up on the cottage here in the hills, we do get dandelions all year round, but they're mostly prevalent in this time of year, in spring. So they're starting to disappear quite rapidly, and I only see a few of them here and there. So I'm glad I was able to collect these and dry them when I did. I had another jar that I mixed with oil, and I put that actually in a dark space for a few weeks to let that sit before I put it in all these little bottles. But yeah, so that's my dandelion oil and some dandelion tea. And I made dandelion honey. So I know it's not really honey. Some people get really offended when you call it dandelion honey. It's just the nickname. It's a Scandinavian recipe. It's been around since I think the 1500s, maybe earlier. Honey was very expensive in that region a very long time ago, and it's still, it had to be imported in, and most people couldn't afford it. So they made their own honey using dandelions, the heads, especially in the morning when they have the pollen, and water and sugar. And so they boiled it long enough to make a nice thick honey texture. So it's really a flower simple syrup or a floral syrup. I also made a lilac syrup this year. While we had the lilacs, I couldn't believe it. On Monday, we had our first full bloom of lilacs. And then today's Friday and they're already going away. So this is what I was able to capture. But a lot of them are already turning brown. And so it's such a short season. I couldn't believe how fast it went by. And I will show you in another video how to make that syrup and how to make this dandelion honey. But I'm gonna put it in my dandelion tea today. And I thought I would also talk about this book, Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe by Fanny Flagg. I brought it up recently in another video about spring reading, books I want to read this late spring and early summer. This one I want to read for my book club. So I have a Patreon that, gosh, I haven't used it in forever. I set it up when I first wanted to start doing this, and then I didn't use it, and I think it's because I didn't have the confidence. But now that I've been making videos for about 8 or 9 months so far, maybe going on 10 months, yeah, just about 10 months or 11 months, because I think my first video I started filming last year in June and I shared it in July. Wow. So it's been almost a year, and I'm thinking one of the things I want to do for the Patreon is share a book club chat where I talk deeply about one book at a time. It's a special video for my Patreon members. So we could also chat a little bit, of course, in the comments. But this is going to be my book for late spring, early summer. I'm not putting a deadline on it exactly because, life gets busy. I don't want to put a time restraint. I'm reading so many other books. But this one I do want to read before midsummer. So if you want to join me, it's Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. And yes, This is the book that inspired the 1980s movie Fried Green Tomatoes. Or maybe it's early 90s. I have to look that up. Thank you so much for visiting Hill Top Cottage. I really appreciate you carving some time out of your day to visit with me. This is our first spring at the cottage and already it's been so magical, and a lot of it is because you are here and we're sharing all these wonderful things such as the dandelion honey, dandelion tea and oil, and I'll be making my video soon on how to make your own dandelion honey and lilac syrup. So I hope you'll visit soon to see the last of my spring videos before it's summertime. And thank you again for being here. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again very soon. Take care.